Welcome back to my messy workshop. When last I recorded, I had effectively finished the shape of the bunker, but I there's a border at the top of it, and I tried to glue it into place, and I foolishly used a strong adhesive. I've never really worked with styrofoam like this before, and I grabbed the nearest spray adhesive, and that completely annihilated the styrofoam. In fact, it melted it. So, lesson learned. There's a reason why I say it would be lucky if I complete this at all. But I've made some progress with the styrofoam. I think this looks pretty good for the bunker. And I'm cutting out the top of it now, that the ring around the bunker, out of the same piece. So I just made like a larger pyramid shape, and then I took the bottom of it, and I'm going to cut out the shape of the top of the bunker and slide the bottom part around it so that it has like a lip around the top of the bunker. So that's my goal anyways. And it's going pretty well so far. As you can see, I'm figuring out the guide a little bit better, and it helps with like some other object as a guide as well. The problem is if you don't have this board isn't heavy enough, you kind of end up having to hold the guide. This one's stable. The one that comes with the table is stable, but whatever you use to go alongside it may not be, and you want to make sure not to have a safety hazard there. So you got to be extra careful doing that properly. But sometimes you have to hold it in place while you move the object around the table. So that's where I'm at. I'm working on cutting out the top that will go around the outside of the bunker. And I've been maneuvering it a little bit better than I was able to before, so I want to see if I can give an example of how to do that. Right now the hot wire is off. Always good to give it a little test to make sure that it is. You don't want to touch it when you're plugged in, really, or on at all, at the very least. So, but I've used it, I've turned it off, because I'm going to try to rotate it, see if I can get the system working for the guides here. So now I want to bring the foam down to cut this next straight line here. And let's see. So we bring it down. This can't be here. It'll need to be the guide for this side, right? Let's see. Oh yeah, this is where I'm at before, where there's no guide that would reach it there. So let's see. Oh yeah, this side. This is where the guide. Okay, so I can put it here, and I can actually, you can slide the guide up. See, now it goes the whole length. I hadn't really figured that part out before. So I'm going to put it right up against it, and then I can tighten. Okay, I actually want to loosen the middle one. That'll allow me to still move it, so I can use this to kind of slide it if I need to. Oh, but actually I'm going up and down, so I don't want this one to move at all. Never mind. So I've sanded down this board. It was kind of sticking when I was trying to use it before. I've more or less sanded it, so I'm hoping it'll slide a little bit better. So I'll have this guide here, and then I'll have this guide tightened nice and snugly. Right on the line, so all I should have to do is slide this down to cut that. But now that I'm looking at it, I've got this part of the guide in the way. Nuts. Let's see if I can rotate this. Here, take this part off. Here we go. Slide this out this way. Aha! Okay. Put that on there. Now I can tighten this again. Now I've got a guide. It's in place. Try to hold it snug with this. With my other hand, move it. It's a little tricky, but you know, safety first. Here's my mask. Put that on here. All right, and take off my nerd goggles and put on safety goggles. All right. Make sure the camera's recording. This is good stuff right here. Okay. Sorry, the mask is making me sniffle. Is that ironic? Okay, anyways. All right. Got all this here. Holding this snugly in place. Turn it on. And see what happens. You can see it gets hot right away. This table is sweet, by the way. I mean, I do have to adjust the tightness on the wire every so often, but it's not really that difficult, and the table's light. And once you figure out how the guides work, it's really great. You get a lot of good straight lines. Like that one, not bad. Not perfect, not bad. If I had a system better than this board, I've seen people use like a thing that's like two pieces of wood. It's like a kind of like an L shape or like an open book sort of thing. And that's like more stable and heavier. I just don't have that right now. But anyways, so that worked for that line. Now I need to readjust. Take off this mask for all of you. Hundreds of people are complaining that they couldn't hear me very well with the mask on. Gotta remember, take it off and then put it back on. So all y'all can quit your complaining. All right. So next. See, I have to try to visualize this stuff. I'm sure if I do it more, then it'll just be natural, maybe. But for now, I have to. Let's see. Okay, so now I'm going to be. I could, I wonder. I could just leave it the way that it is. Go down again. Oh, that works pretty well. Should have thought of that before I unhooked it. Okay. So let's see. This. Make sure that's nice and snug. Make sure it's lined up where I want it to be. Alright. Hopefully this goes smoothly. Alright. Give it another. Oh, mask up. Oh. Okay. Goggles on. Okay. All right, that was a nice line. We have the tools, we have the talent. It's Miller time. All right. Loosen this up a little bit. Taking my foot off the pedal. Now this I can't really do smoothly because there's no room for me to rest the guide. Let's see. Oh, I would just go up. I would do exactly the same way. We go up. Okay. Try to make my guide a little more straight. Looks like I had that a little bit slanty. Oh, my bunker's slanty. So maybe it's right. Does it maybe? Okay. I want the line to be straighter. I'm going to adjust this a touch. Loosen that. Alright. Alright, mask up. Goggles on. Table on. And pedal to the metal. All right, got ourselves a pretty straight line all the way around. The amazing thing will be if this actually fits where I want it to on the bunker. Alright. Turn the table off. Love the foot pedal. That's worth the price. Right, so here's the bunker. Let's see, drum roll please. Oh, this is a lot bigger obviously than it will be once I finish. But let's see if it fits. It's close, it's snug. Ta-da! It fits. It does. It fits pretty well. I'm going to need it to sit a little bit lower. Just have to sort of clean up the edges a little maybe. So it sits a touch lower. Maybe in the corner. It looks like it's a little tight in the corner. And I'm going to need to glue part of this. I don't think there's an opening in that part, on the top part of the bunker. It's like straight. Maybe I'll put that part in the back. Well, that's funny because I sliced that part. It's got to be in the front for it to fit. Okay. Anyways, little glue will do. Regular glue. I think I'll use white glue next time I work with the gluing of the styrofoam here. All right. Well, that's cool. Let me try to clean that up just a touch in the corners and see if I can get that to fit on smoothly without falling all the way down. Let's see. Turn it on. In eyeballing, it seems like a smart choice. Just gonna clean up that corner a little bit. Alright, looking at it, that side just seemed a little bit thicker than this side, so I thought maybe I could eyeball that, and it actually worked out pretty well. Alright, let's see if this fits better. Yeah, I mean, this fits great. Just pretty much do what I needed to do. Get to push it down a little bit more. Wish there wasn't so much of a gap there. It's really the top part that I might need to shave a little bit off of, so that this doesn't have as far to go when I have to glue it. I wonder how I would do that. Let's see. This doesn't seem like a great choice. Oh, not on. Trying to make some virtually imperceptible changes around the corners, rounding it out a little bit so the ring around the edge will fit a little better. You don't even have to touch the wire to melt the styrofoam a little bit. Just in where anything might seem like it's sticking out a little bit. Let's get close to the wire. Rounding out the corners here. See if that fits a little better. One section still kind of sticking. I see it on this guy. A little bit bulky on this edge here. Did I try to save off? Yeah, I did. Safety first. If I sneeze right now, it would be hilarious, but it would totally spoil this. That's why you probably don't want to you want to be more patient than I am with this sort of thing, but alright, let's see how that went. This went smoothly but snugly. I think I can do better. Let's try around the bottom of this little bit here. Oh, I think I turned it off again. Oh no, it's on. Okay. It just wasn't doing anything. Okay. Wasn't close enough. Gave myself a little extra wiggle in the end there and stuck it in where it shouldn't have. Okay. I've got styrofoam stuck on the. When I melt it, that'll actually come off here. Turn the table off. Go on. Melt. Get rid of that extra styrofoam in there. Oops. Alright. Now let's see. Doesn't go down far enough yet. I'm sure those of you who know about geometry are laughing because you knew that already. But I'm gonna thin these walls out some more here on the bottom. Actually, All right. I'm going to pause this here. And you know what? I'm just going to say goodnight. All right. Thank you for watching. I should have this stuck on there next time you see me. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe.